Hello everybody, Timothy Bailey from Project Learn with our video for today. And today we are looking a little bit around the issue of juncture. And juncture in spoken English is where our sounds come together. Our sounds within a word, our sounds within words in a sentence or a phrase, right? The idea of juncture is the meeting place, the place where things merge or come together. So we're going to look at that. This can be difficult for students to really master, to understand. So I have a couple pairs of words or phrases and then some example sentences. So here's the first one. Right? And here is the second one. And now, the difference between the two is often easy to determine by context, the sentence that we find them in. But for pronunciation, there's some differences as well. So let's look at the first one. Let us, right? Let us. The second one, lettuce, lettuce. Often for what we're looking at today, the sounds are exactly the same. If we would write them out with phonetic symbols, right, that represent the sounds, they would be almost exact, if not exact. So what are the differences? Well, for this one here, you probably heard the pause in between these two words. Let us, right? Here you didn't hear a pause. Lettuce, lettuce, right? You also hear on this one more of the T, usually, right? This sound, whether it's a T or sometimes people do make it a D, it's stronger here than it is here. Okay. Similarly, we often get a stronger sound here, right? Let us, us. Here, we don't get a very strong sound. And you might have noticed that the sound actually changes for many native speakers. So it's not lettuce, it's lettuce. Let's look at the examples. I wish the teacher would let us skip the exam, right? Let us, space. You cannot make a salad without lettuce, right? Again, no space. Not quite as hard of a sound here as here. And then, of course, sometimes this changes as well. Let's look at another example. I scream, I scream. Ice cream, ice cream. The difference is, this one seems to be stronger when I'm listening to native speakers, right? This I sounds stronger than it does here. This seems to get a stronger stress on the entire word. Ice cream, right? Whereas here it's very strong on the I sound, but not so much on this part. Also, right, we have a bit of a pause here in this juncture. Ice cream, right? Ice cream. Now, sometimes the pause is very small, right? So we're talking about a very slight difference between what you might get here and what you might get here. I scream when I see spiders. I scream when I see spiders. Very strong here, not as much here. Most children like ice cream. Most children like ice cream. Again, this whole word stressed, slight pause, and then we have cream, right? So both of these are similar in the fact that this first part seems to get much of the stress for the whole thing. Try a couple more. Keep sticking, keep sticking, keeps ticking, keeps ticking. So what we get here, these are very similar, but keep sticking, the S and the T get a very strong pronunciation. Keep right? Keep sticking, right? Sticking. A lot of stress here. Keeps ticking. Stress, more intense pronunciation. here on this and on the t keeps ticking, ticking, right? The T also here, right, gets breath, a lot of breath. If you put your hand in front of your mouth, keeps ticking, ticking. You should feel air coming out from this one. The children keep sticking stickers on the walls. The children keep sticking stickers on the walls. Keep sticking, sticking. I know my watch works because it keeps ticking. Keeps ticking. The S and the T. Try another group. That stuff. That stuff. That stuff. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Again, very similar sounds, right? For this group here, right, that stuff, right, that stuff, the T here is not very strong, not very well pronounced. The S, however, is that stuff, or even possibly the ST together you might hear a lot stronger. That stuff. Over here, right, it's the opposite, right? That's tough. Here, the T sound, right, on the beginning of this word is stronger than the S is here. That's tough. That's tough. Look at the examples. That stuff is mine. That stuff is mine, right? That stuff is mine. Here. That's tough, he said angrily. That's tough, right? So we're going to hit this here, the st, and here, with this T and this S not being near as strong as the sounds that follow, the S or the ST and the T, right? Those are much stronger than the ends of the previous words. Here we go. A name, a name, a name, an name, an aim, an aim. So what's going on here? For a name, the article here, the seems to get a lot more sound, a lot more stress, just an intensification, not even a stress necessarily, right? Because the stress is a very specific pronunciation feature, but the here seems to get a lot more sound to it, right? The other thing that's happening here, right? A name, the n here is a lot longer than over here, right? Name, right? A lot more holding of this n sound. Over here, an aim, this is a lot shorter, right? And it sort of combines with the next sound. Here, it's a lot more separate. A name, a name. Here, this sort of carries over into the beginning here. So it sounds like nay, and name, a name, right? And name. Look at some examples. They don't have a name picked out yet. They don't have a name picked out yet. Stop, n, a name. An aim of this course is to improve your vocabulary. And name of this course is to improve your vocabulary. And name, and name. An aim of this course is to improve your vocabulary. So we looked at the half of our list. I have 10 examples for us to look at. I hope this was interesting and helpful. Write down, practice these pairs of phrases and words. I will look at the rest of my list of 10 in our next video. Thank you and have a great day.